I finally have them. It's just been forever, but I finally have them. You'll go, duh, why didn't you get them sooner, you bogan Aussie idiot? Also, duh, why didn't Dyson release them to Aussie sooner? Took forever. I joined the email list way back at the very, very beginning. I had to have these freaks. They have been available in Australia for a little bit, but I just forgot they existed, like a lot of people. But Dyson, makers of windy things, that's their gig. People got real excited about this because their headphones with windy bits. And what a case. There's a glaring issue, we'll get to it, but made the head pahonies. The thing I noticed about these when I first got them, they smelt like a brand new motorbike helmet. I actually think they look pretty awesome. It's kind of futuristic and steampunk at the same time, and they're built epic. Like, this is, stonky, as they should be, because they're gratuitously expensive. Or are they? The price keeps coming down. I mean, I've seen these in cashies already. Like, if you go to their website, you learn about the development of these, like, you know, why are they doing it? Apparently, it started out as a backpack with a mouthpiece. The whole idea was portable air filtration. Where's our star? Where's our shining beast? It's got a magnet. In the photos, it looks super rigid and almost like this hard-fitting thing. It's not. It's floppy. And I get it. It's because headphones need to swivel, right? Our ears don't... whatever. Our ears don't point out the sides. They stick kind of forwards, you know, like they're angled forwards. And so they have to be able to swivel, you know, so they can fit your head, mate. And it's this swiveliness and adjustability for our greasy heads that makes this just kind of... It's like soft silicone and hard kind of plastic, but that's the vents, and there's like a screen in there. So like air quality. If you don't think about air quality at all, you are absolutely living in a beautiful place of the world. There are millions of people who are just packed into places where it's like living inside of like a running exhaust pipe. There's like air quality index websites where you can just go around and see what it's like. There's all sorts of metering stations all around the world. It shortens more lives than frickin' anything else. It's like sleep, mate. It's a basic thing, but you know, it keeps you alive. So I'm not against the idea of portable air filtering. Like, my studio here is in an industrial dump hole zone. I'm pretty sure Sega back in the 90s looked at this area and went, there we go, the second stage for Sonic 2. Yo, you can see my warehouse from there. And I've actually got one of Dyson's stick fans, right? They're ridiculously expensive, amazing on electricity, and it's got that screen in it that does monitoring. And what it's showing me is at like 3 in the morning, there's like a factory or something that fires up around here making something terrible because it like graphs all the VOCs and chemicals and things, and you see a boom. And also, to get the eggy smell of this area out of here, I had to like get into carbon filtering. People mention how nice it is in here. I had to work for it. So yeah, as someone who squats in an industrial zone, I get it. For my car channel here, quite often we're wearing respirators, like the proper like gas mask looking things. And the problem with those is that they get so swampy, you could pour out a glass of water from the inside of them. Vomitronic, right? And Dyson was like trying to get some sort of air filtering where it's not onto your face. And then not only that, the air coming in is fresh, not just you pulling it through yourself. But this is a brand new tech device, which means it kind of sucks. You need the stinking Dyson app to do anything with this. Sure, the app does add features like, you know, special monitoring thing, which I will talk about, but it's more passwords. It's more like trust that the company isn't going to F your data up and you're going to have these issues. Talk to Optus. They know how to make people hate them. Like, you can't even turn these on and just do basic stuff. Like, without the app, these are a lead weight. So it's already a mega to me. When I did finally fire these up and get this flop-tastic, beautifully engineered visor on, the first thing I noticed, right, you know, air quality. Apparently these have carbon filters. I just like, you know, carbon filters, that's how you get rid of smells. Carbon's reactive, smells are chemicals, chemicals bond to carbon, very friendly. You've captured smells. For like the first hour of using this idiot, it would just blow off-gassing formaldehyde VOC smells, like new product smell, and it gave me a mega headache. And you can't run this thing off your head. You take it off your head so you can just breathe breathe while off gases. He goes, nah, I had to have it strapped around my knee and just have it blowing on max. It still kind of stinks. Worse than that, this stupid visor nearly never registers. So you have it clicked on, right? Like you don't force it, even though you kind of have to. And until like you kind of push and adjust it, it won't work. It's like 50-50 if the visor works on a quick like clack clack, let's go. Points loss on all of the noises these headphones make when you're wearing them. The voice to the bonks and binks and noises that happen, they're number one, way too effing loud, and they are so irritating. I don't know how they picked some of the most irritating noises I could have, startling me that they're too noisy. If you want to adjust your face, you got this stupid visor in your way that's very floppy and not very reliable in its connection. So Dyson sells these to like anybody. They want this to be everyday wear. Like, oh, can't leave my house without my super suit. But then it's like, is this actually going to filter air while you're walking about? Because they're talking about like being on the bus and the person next to you smells bad. Fire up your air filters and make the smells go away. I get like this is adjustable. Yeah, look at it adjust. There you go, be amazed. And it does sit quite close to your face. Aerodynamics are weird. Like this car is more aerodynamic than this car, right? The wind doesn't care how good it looks to our human eyes. It just does what it does. And maybe with the airflow creating a barrier with it being close enough, but for walking about and stuff, I don't know. I thought these were for people sitting at a desk and they were effectively cabled headphones, but not for audio, just so you can give it power for it to run. Because when you got these fans going, mate, with the noise cancelling on, kiss your bats goodbye. But yeah, they are Bluetooth headphones, which means it's got a stinker microphone in it. I guess, you know, we've got to have a listen to that.
So like this one time, mate, I figured that like I wasn't happy and fulfilled in my life because I wasn't getting enough wind in my day. Like doctors don't bring up enough that like people need more wind, mate. And so like I'm going to find a way to get more wind, hey. So I found this place that's like a little bit windier and I'm feeling like a little bit better. So maybe if it's like super windy, I'll feel like super good, mate. And mate, like I found the windiest spot of all, and I gotta say, mate, it feels actually it's okay. I mean, cause like the plastic smell that's coming through, and like it's taken a long time to go away. And actually, the more I smell it, the more I don't care about anything else. Is anyone else tasting purple?
So it does well to cancel out the fan sound for the most part because the mic is so garbo and terrible that it would actually take a decent mic to hear it. So well done. You crapped your way to victory. All Bluetooth mics sound the same. Where's the revolution, right? We're just stuck on a loop. The highest fan setting though, that's when it was noisy. There was like this whole bunch of static sitting underneath it. But bad news, this is normally the point where, you know, bust out the freakish ears on a stand and we compare them to the Herdo 600s. But these wouldn't let me play anything. That's right, sitting on the ears? Nope. You're not wearing your headphones. There's settings for calibration, right? Because apparently if you change the ear cups on these, you can just explode their brain. They go, I don't know how to be headphones anymore. I actually tried calibrating these on the ears. Nah, I even tried to make sure I was touching them in some ways. Or is it a capacitance thing? I was able to put them loosely on my knee and get them to work. I could put them on my head and pull them off my ears for a point and they'll keep working. Sitting on the ears, nothing. So I'll just have to substitute these for the only other Dyson product I have. Memes aside, the fans do ruin the sound. I was hoping to get that recording. Yeah, on the lowest setting, funny enough, they're even worse. It has this big low bass to it, and you can feel it kind of, no, not vibrating. There's mechanical stuff going in. I mean, it's awesome. You can see the fan in there, and like, here's the filter out here. Oh, I haven't even. Ooh. Oh, Oh, there's your carbon. I mean, it's technically a thing of beauty. It means these motors are pulling through the filter. They're under load. They're not just happily spinning, they're doing work. On the highest level 3, it's actually better. There's less vibrations. I guess because high pitched noises are easier for the noise cancelling to cancel out. You know, bass is very difficult. But then it's louder for everybody else. Not that you'd know, because the noise cancelling this is really good. My test is playing the drums. How tolerable is it? And it's quite tolerable. It's not as good as real earmuffs, so I can't get crazy loud, but I can still get very loud. And on the topic of sound quality, they sound great. Of course they do. The HD 600s are from 1997. Humanity has figured out how to make things sound good for human ears. They sound great with great noise cancelling. They just weigh a ton. But these are effectively just headphones with a subscription. Huh? A subscription? Well, yeah, you gotta buy new filters, you idiot. You're indebted to them forever. And I don't see these being a big seller, so it's not like you're gonna find third-party ones easy. When I picked these up from JB Hi-Fi, apparently only one other person had ever bought them, and the only time they've seen people wear them were the Dyson reps who visit to talk about Dyson things. As I said, man, the price on these keeps getting lower and lower. The tech person in me goes, these are pretty effing ridiculous. The way that these go on is just so hamstrung. It's smart alecky guts that don't let you use it in the way that you want to. And you know that cool case? Where the stink does this go? No, really, is this just meant to smash in there or something? Is that it? It's.
I'm actually looking at the manual. Does it show the case even once?
Ooh, there it is.
Nah. It was Ucho, mate. She's not happening. I have no idea. I'm gonna get the tears out of it somehow, and then it's gonna smell. That looks like an old pair of undies stinking. Nah, and that's the end. I don't know.
A hard case, especially one this big, shouldn't be that confusing as to how you're actually meant to get it all in there. Credit, though, for having one of the most beautiful USB-C charging cables I've ever seen. The thing that actually impressed me about these was the monitoring, the same thing I value out of my weird blade-looking fan guy. You can figure out how many pollutants are on the very bus that you're squatting in. And for some people, air quality is insanely important. You know, the older I get, the more open-minded I am to medical conditions where, you just can't stop coughing all day because of a particular reaction. But if you put on these quite comfortable headphones that sound nice, now you can breathe more comfortably, then this is worth every dollar you've got. Then it's amazing. But as a tech for tech kind of thing, just get it, it's the latest thing, turn heads like the Cybertruck. I don't know what they were thinking. Maybe they got excited, just another means of selling air filters to people. And the idea of everyday people suiting themselves up with stuff like this, when really I thought this would be for, accountants and executive people who work on oil rigs and mines and stuff where it's really gross and dirty and they just happen to have to be around the industry but kind of have nothing to do with it at the same time. Although, reading reviews, someone said that during wildfires and things that these did a really good job. The wind does feel nice when it doesn't smell like plastic, but for less money you can do an entire room. Those of you who need something like this, you're jumping up and down and you can't wait to get them. But most folks don't want to put more gear on their faces. It's kind of like the issue with VR, even the new cableless stuff that you just poink on. This is a lot of. I'm still glad they exist in a Fiat multipler kind of way. I'm gonna cherish these forever. These are heaps funny in the headphone collection. So they're expensive, but they're built excellently. They sound great. The noise cancelling is fantastic, and they got a fun gimmick to it. And unless you need them, you don't need them. And that's it. Thanks so much for watching. Shoot, thanks to me floaties, mate. Extra vids, Frank's there. And I'll smell us all next time.
Oh, Frankie! Are you on the floor, Frankie? Are you on the floor, Frankie? Frankie! Alright, I'm coming over. Frankie! Frankie, are you on the floor, Frankie? Are you on the floor, Franken? Really would like an answer about this floor Frank thing.